Hmm. Okay. Sodium, good evening, buddy. Thank you for reaching out on Discord. Yeah, I'm gonna go for some beers with my wife later when our son is asleep. So, actually, good reminder that I should stream. You kinda reminded me of that. Let me just prepare some of the stuff. Let's kind of get hacking. Styled icons, programs. So wait, what is this? Let me just go to production. 1 second. Make sure everything's fine. It is. Been doing some work today off stream again, right? More specifically, set up Loki and my alert manager a bit better. I just need to check one thing. Here in Grafana under alerting, I set up some alert rules. Let me just double check one thing. So if we get over here and let's see, so what did I do here? Preview. If it's greater than 404 and lasts 1 minute exactly. Let me just double check. I've been doing something today. Just set up some alerts for Slack. So essentially what happens is I'm basically not printing my logs anymore to the standard out. I'm actually storing them in a file now regularly. Like then I have you know, my Pino basically is putting them there. Then I've set up some sort of log rotation, right? I'm using log rotate in Ubuntu, and then now I'm basically reading those logs in Grafana and with Prometheus, right? And then I'm using Loki to kind of parse those things, and then on top of that, I've set up the alerting. So now I have alert manager, basically just reading the logs, and here I said, hey, count how many of the response errors greater than 404 are there. So every time when there's a response error greater than 404, right, meaning 404 and above and 500s and stuff, then what I do basically, I alert, right? So I send a Slack alert, right? And yeah, so that was kind of one of the latest things I wanted to do. So I think now we're pretty much fully covered when it comes to reporting and stuff. We'll see now. I'll monitor over time now. But yeah, I'll need to play a bit more here with some of those things. Wait, where's the Node.js application? Let me just see here. And I need to set some monitoring for the CPU usage and stuff. I guess we could do that. I could show you if you want how that works, right? So what you would generally do, right? You would say, hey, okay, let me go to alerting, right? You would create another alert rule here, right? So it'd say create a new alert rule, call it high CPU usage, for example, right? But make sure you're using Loki and not Prometheus, right? You pick the time, And then here you can write the query manually. I usually write those queries here manually, but we can do this, right? So you say select a label. I want a job which is equal to Fastify, so I want my Fastify API. But now we don't actually want to go with Loki, we want to go with Prometheus, because now we want to report, for example, on high CPU usage. So here I can search for something like CPU, right? Then machine CPU cores, container CPU usage, not container, let's see. Postgres node CPU seconds total, machine CPU core. So if I actually go to one of the dashboards, let's see how that would be. So CPU used, right? So I guess we would care about this one over here, right? CPU used, right? We'll have to find that metric. I don't know which of the metrics, which of those metrics that one is here, but it's probably CPU used something, right? So node heap size, sockets, no, CPU. So it has container CPU load average 10 seconds. I guess we could say this, right? So metric is this, and then let's see. And then let's start coding. So no. Container spec, machine CPU cores, node CPU seconds total. I don't actually know which one it is. CPU system seconds total. Usage seconds total, maybe this one. And then those are all of the cores, right? So we would basically need to kind of add all of them, right? But I'll do this later. But essentially, so what's left for me when it comes to Grafana, right, is so now I've actually set up some, just, hey, send me a Slack message every time there's something greater than 404. But I'll need to set up a few more alerts for high CPU usage and stuff like that, so I can actually know if there's something fishy happening, etc., etc. Okay, great. Okay, so today we continue with where we stopped. When did I stream last time? I don't remember, maybe yesterday or whatever. And I did a bit of work today. I've been working off stream a bit. And so yeah, now we're gonna be working basically on this final kind of details view of the course, which is basically, yeah, similar to like if I go to, what was it, Egghead or something like that, right? So if we find some course here, this is we want to land somewhere here, but better, right? Obviously. So if I find some course, right, start watching, right? So this is kind of where we want to land approximately, right? Chica, good evening, my friend. Good day. So this is where we kind of want to land approximately as well, right? Let's just try to land somewhere better than this, right? But I think this is okay. This is solid, right? I think they have it very simple as well, and we want to have it simple. It's just so they're actually uploading those videos to their site, I guess. So I guess so basically what we're gonna do, I guess, at one point is that once we release this and use it a bit, Obi, good evening, buddy, then I'm gonna also get S3 bucket or cloud storage or something, and then we're gonna also support uploading videos only to this platform, so you can kind of have premium courses. But I think we're very far from that, so let's not get into that now. But at one point, maybe if people actually end up writing courses on Programmer Network, then of course premium courses would be uploading a video with some permissions and stuff like that, right? Let me get some water, 1 second. Okay, so yeah, let's continue. So this is where I was, and in a way, I wonder if we can hide this watch on YouTube. At least for now, is it possible to hide those? All right, let's see. So let's go over here. Let's go over here, right? And they have some options here. Let's see what it is. Class name, title, loading, options. Let's see what this does. Modest branding. I don't actually know. Okay, never mind. We'll do that another time. So what is the next thing that we want to do actually, right? So now you're here. So I think one thing that I would like to do, and I saw that on Udemy, right? So on Udemy, when you get to a single course, right? So if I get in here, they kind of show different type of layout in the nav bar. So they kind of hide the nav bar somehow, right? So they do this sort of stuff. I don't know if we want to do this as well, but I think it could be cool. Is it useful? I don't actually know, but I guess there, when you get in to a single lesson, they kind of, the layout of the top nav bar also changes, right? How far a transition to the beta? I mean, I'm not honestly, Chica, I'm not in a hurry with that, right? I want to make sure that we get users that, I mean, once I don't actually know. It's a good question. I don't have any meaningful answer, but we are still finding bugs every day. Small bugs, sure. We're still missing some features, right? We still don't have a proper tag system. I think we have, so couple of months for sure. You know, it's very hard, right? It's very hard. Not from a technical stuff is pretty easy. It's hard to do this because it's hard to do this simply because it's, you know, there's so many unknowns. Like, how do you know? Not many people in their lifetime have built, you know, a social platform, right? So how do you get how do you get the people there, right? How do you make the platform visited and stuff like that, right? So that is the hard part, right? Why is this not working? Yeah, that's a bit awkward. Yeah, that's super strange, yeah. All right, so what do we do? What do I want to do today? So we have this. So let's do first one thing. Let's go to the dashboard, of course. Let's fix this issue that I caused in one of the latest streams. We fixed that, and then we jump back and forth. So sounds good, my friend. Sounds good. As always, thanks for being here, man. Dashboard, courses, yeah. Components, course card, views, course, yeah. Let me just fix this stuff up. Working every day. Good evening, my best man. But I'm gonna go for some beers with Diana in like 2 hours, so that's why I stream now, because I'm gonna get drunk tonight. So I just streaming a bit earlier, then gonna go out with my wife, drink some beers. Okay, so that's fine, right? Let's go back here. Courses, yeah, that's good. Then we should also do where is this crap? Dashboard, tabs, routes, dashboard course. We should also import this as a dynamic route, right? So we're gonna say const react lazy. Does not provide an export name courses. What the fuck is going on, man? Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ, what is this? The dashboard courses index, dashboard courses index. What index, bro? You don't have to import from there, man. Like, Jesus Christ. Are you using VSL? And if yes, can you describe a helpful use case against the standard system terminal windows? I'm not actually sure what do you mean, Happy. Of course I'm using VSL. That's, yeah. I'm not using, you know, PowerShell or something like that, but it doesn't really relate. Your question is kind of not quite clear to me. I'm not sure what the terminal has to do with VSL, right? If you can can elaborate a bit your question. Okay, good. Yeah, but VSL has nothing to do with the terminal. That's what I'm confused about. Windows Linux subsystem is like running virtual machine, right? So it's running your shell in a completely different operating system, right? A terminal is a terminal app, right? So those two have nothing to do with each other, right? Windows Linux subsystem is an operating system. It's Ubuntu. I'm running Ubuntu, and Windows Terminal is a terminal application, right? So those are two entirely different environments, right? I'm running my services inside of Ubuntu, which is not using command prompt or PowerShell or anything like that, right? Terminal itself that I use, this terminal app is the application that you can use both on Windows, just normally, or in right. So I'm not sure when you say is there any pros in which way, right? The terminal is just an application. You can run any shell you want in it. You can run PowerShell, command prompt, Bash, ZSH, whatever you want, right? But which one you're gonna run depends, of course, on the operating system you're running, right? So Windows Linux subsystem, I'm using it simply because I want to run my stuff, my Docker and everything else in Ubuntu, right? So so the benefit is that I don't want to run things, you know, in Windows, right? Give me 1 second. I just need to. Courses, views, course. Views, dashboard, courses, views. Course. So strange, yeah. Okay, that's good now. Well, I don't think that it's my confusion. I think it's rather yours, right? I understand what you mean. I don't think that the question itself is necessarily too logical, right? You're asking about the terminal, which has nothing to do with Windows Linux subsystem. I'm just telling you the terminal is an application in which you can run any terminal-like shell that you want, right? So it has nothing to do with the Windows Linux subsystem, right? You can run a bash simulator in it as well, right? All right, so this is, yeah. Exactly. It's not the misunderstanding question. It's how you formulated your question, right? Those two things are not related in any way. The fact that I'm using Windows Linux subsystem has nothing to do with my terminal app, with this application. I could have used a command prompt as well and ran bash in there, right? So it has very little to do with that, right? Very little to do with that. Okay, so let me just try a few things. Okay. So let's go now actually to courses. Let's go here. Okay, great. So essentially what we probably want to do, so if you're basically an administrator of the course, right, or the owner of the course or the author, we want to probably also enable you to invoke some editing state, maybe if you're here, or maybe not, right? I'm just thinking if I'm now building the first course for Programmer Network, and if I'm checking this view as an owner, would I want to maybe edit something here if I spot some issue, right? And then I click on it, and then it takes me to the dashboard of that specific course, right? Yeah, I don't actually know. I don't know if I want that. And let's actually, okay, so let's go to dashboard. Let's go over here. Dashboard courses, right? Yeah. Okay, let's go over here. Dashboard course. Yeah, exactly. This is what we want. And let's use some different layouts. So today I was coding a bit off stream. Let's call this course layout. Well, what did I guess course layout. Didn't I call it like that? Course layout, no. Course the fluid layout. Okay, that's completely wrong, but whatever. So let's come here and say fluid layout. Yep. Just this becomes a bit bigger, right? So yep. And then let's change. Let's kind of, so this is gonna be the courses dashboard that we built a stream or two ago, right? Yeah. Let's see what we got here. So we have this flex thing here. Yeah, I see. See, so let's actually do something like this, maybe, yeah. And then let's go. And then we have render form, right? Yeah. Something like that, maybe as well. Nah, obviously not, but it's okay. So let's do this and that. Yep. Okay, cool. And let's now unfold that. Yeah. Okay, so let's just do a bit of layout here. Not like we said, we don't care how things look like at this point yet, right? So let's just make sure we contain some of this stuff, because some of the things are a bit jumping and very jumpy and stuff, right? So let's yeah. We have this unpublished, so what do we have here? So we have the button itself to publish and unpublish the course. Then we have this stuff here. Then we have this fella over here, right? The arrow back. Yeah, that's on top of it. Okay. I see. Okay. Yeah, I actually don't like how this looks like at all, but that's what it is. Okay, and yeah, obviously now all of this stuff looks super insanely huge, right? I don't know if it should be like this or not. Maybe we kinda, yeah. I don't actually know if one would want this to be sized like this. All right. Yeah, maybe like that. Yeah, and then we'll see responsiveness and stuff later on. Yeah. Now let me just zoom in a bit. So we need to do something with this stuff. Yeah. Which is basically this here, right? Yeah. Let's try something. Try this. Let me just test it now. So yeah, so we'll need to limit obviously this the max size of this stuff, but it's okay, right? So I think that's fine. Let's actually, it's a bit strange, I guess. Yeah, because we have contained this now. Yeah. So actually, let's do that slightly bit different. So instead of that, so let's do this, and that should be pushed all the way there. Yeah. And then let's add this class to this fella over here. Yeah, okay, great. And then this fella over here. Now, I don't know why this guy is getting smaller here. Just try something like this. Yeah, that's a bit awkward. Let's fix that. So what is this here? Justify center, item center, gap 2. What do we get here? So we have this fella over here. Then we have max width here. Obviously, we're not going to be doing that exactly. It's just wanted to check. Let's try that. Wait, what is this? Voting buddies. Okay. Check that later. Okay, great. And then now let's actually see how many characters is this. Let's say here dot length 490 characters, right? And this is just like basically a summary of a course, right? So let's maybe limit that to say 250 or something like that. So let's go back over here, and we'll need to do that in the API as well. Let's find our use form. I suppose I have a form somewhere. Render form, yeah, exactly. So course form. So it's this thing here, right? It's a title description, min length 3. Okay, that's a bit of a. And then let's say max length is 250, right? And yeah, let's add the error for the max length as well. Say description cannot be greater than 250 characters, something like that, right? Okay. Jace, my friend, good evening. Okay, great. So let's make this 250. How is life, Jace? So let's see, approximately this should do, I think. Yeah, so this is kind of approximately, let's say around 250, right? And that's, I think, fine for a summary. Okay, give or take, right? Who cares? 264, great, okay. So that's good. For my walk, nice, nice, good to hear. Great to hear. And then came to Alex's stream. All right. And then, yeah, so if we go back here, right? If we go back to the courses, right? Well, the ads that if you guys are getting them, unfortunately, that's Twitch. I earn 0 money. I have, just so we're clear, right? This shitty platform is horrible, right? This Twitch thing is a useless platform, right? So, but generally, right? Let's take a look. It is a useless platform, right? Where can I see the ads, right? So you can see here, right? You can see that my ads are disabled completely, right? And then ad-free viewing is enabled, right? So I can't do anything about that. I wish that at least Twitch is paying me from those things that you're giving, but I don't think it is, right? So just FYI, there's no everything here that I have disabled, right? Because I despise those shitty ads, right? So what can I do, right? That's how it is. You have to complain to Twitch, right? Good, man, good, Leo, good days, good. Gonna go out tonight with my wife. Just gonna go for some beers tonight with her once we put our kid to bed. So good, man, good. I hope you're good as well. Well, Twitch wants your money, man. That's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it is. Let me just get some water. I don't think you can block those ads because they're built into the platform. They're not standard type of ads, right? So I don't think you can block them at all, right? Organization, thank you very much, man. All right, so cool. Yeah. So that's okay. So all right. So if we go to the courses view, actually, so this one, the one that so you're gonna start with the landing page of a course, right? So actually, you're gonna land here. So we actually haven't done any work there. We will. Well, actually, it's a good question, Leo, right? Maybe I said it wrong. No, they're not external in that sense, right? It's just the way the Twitch has made it that you can't block them. That's, I guess, what I meant. So let's just forget what I said, right? The way that they integrated their ads into the platform itself, they are not detectable by the ad blockers, because those ad blockers, what they do. So, I mean, we could build an ad block probably in 1 hour, right? Because you basically build a simple Chrome extension, and then you just scan each URL against a list of potential trackers. So, for example, for any URL, so basically what ad blocker really is, just an interceptor, HTTP interceptor, that just checks all of the URLs that all of the requests that your browser is making. And then it's checking if one of the is checking basically the URL, the host name and stuff, right? And then it's like, okay, it says google.analytics.com block, right? So your ad blocker, you can build your own ad blocker in like half an hour, right? Yeah, that's how it works, right? And that's why you can't block Twitch, right? Because they don't do that. They don't do any requests like that. They're just integrated stuff within the video player itself. So they're not sending requests saying, "Hey, get me this ad" or whatever, right? So that's why ad blockers work there, right? So you land here, okay? You land here, yes. Gonna have some code, blah blah blah. Maybe we should have, yeah, okay, great. Well, they're not gonna nuke the blockers, but they will just update the Chrome extension API, right? And then yes, and they are doing that because of security, right? They're gonna try to do that based on a premise that they don't want to expose the API, right? That can read what type of request any application is making, right? You get what I mean? So, well, right? So, well, it doesn't matter. Brave is also based on Chromium, right? So Brave is also based on Chromium anyway, right? So it isn't much of a difference, right? But either way, yes, Chrome team has announced that at one point, I don't know when, they will just deprecate, or actually not deprecate, they're gonna remove the API from the Chrome extension API, right? I know this stuff because I have built a Chrome extension for my company recently. I built something similar, right? So this is what I built for my company, right? Like a couple of months ago. So I basically used the same APIs that I use same APIs that the ad block is using and stuff. So that's why I'm not talking out of my ass. I actually had, in one of the previous OKRs, I had to build an extension for Dream Data. So this is kind of what I built, right? And it also reads, you can see. So what I built essentially is doesn't actually matter, but yeah, it is. Yes, it's very easy. Yes, extension API is very simple. Yes. Anyone can make a Chrome extension. It's that easy, yes. It's that easy, yes. It does not, no. So we're actually here. Yeah. And we're, yeah, so this is where we do it. We highlight that stuff there. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Of course, the complexity of the Chrome extension doesn't lay in the extension API itself, because it's very simple. It really depends on what you're building, right? But it's generally very simple. Generally, it's very simple, right? I'm not actually quite sure did it apply it here, because it doesn't seem to be breaking the words. Why didn't it move this to the new line? Break normal. Yeah, that's a bit awkward. Whatever. Okay, and then actually let me just make it maybe slightly smaller. Okay, great. Yeah, so we can see that stuff is jumping a bit, right, and stuff. That's due to the shitty layout that I did, right? So it's not super ideal, but it doesn't matter. Let me now just think. So we have kind of gotten to some point. Then we have Q&A, resources. So Q&A, we could reuse basically a comment section here. So we could have comments for each given lecture, right? So we would just have a new, so if we go to the backend, right, to the API. So if we go over here to my tables, right, if we take a look at commentable, right, so if we look at the comment, right, so the comment has commentable type, commentable ID. So basically commentable type could be the lecture itself, so we are covered there, easy peasy, right? Now let's take a look just at the actual models of, do I have an enum, right? Yeah, so we need to extend this enum, which means we're gonna need to write a migration script also for this. But for now, I'm gonna say that a comment can also be left on lecture, right? So that's now fine. So now we can suddenly add comments easily to, and we don't need to call them comments, we can call them Q&A or whatever, right? Yeah. Let's see. So we're using comment section here. Yeah, exactly, right? Nice. Then the commentable would be this. Yeah, we'll need to see if that's gonna work out of the box, but we could kind of try, right? So we could try. I've designed the comment system initially, so it's plug and play. You can integrate it into any feature that you want, right? So in a way, right? for each given lecture, we want to add comments, right? So, so we would technically, right, add the comment section, let's say here. And let's import the comment section. This would be lecture. What was it? Selected lecture, right? Let's import commentable types, and then let's extend this with lecture, singular. So lecture is commentable loading. Let's just hard code this to false because it's not actually loading at this time. Is authenticated. Let's just hard code it to true, just so we can actually is authenticated user loading false. And then actually, yeah, so it seems that we will kind of need a logged in user in here. Are we importing something from our Redux state here? No. Okay, let's do that. So let's say const let's say user logged in user, yeah, logged in user, use selector state, right? Actually, let's, yeah, instead of aliasing here, right, let's just name it here, logged in user, right? Logged in user, right? And then if we go down here, we can say let's probably gonna fail, missing something, but let's give it a shot. So actually, yeah, here's the comment section. I now wonder, can we add a comment or not? That would be interesting to see. So we want to reuse the existing parts of the system that we built already, right? Obviously. So let's see what's happening. It doesn't like something when I click share. Cannot read properties, and it's probably the author. Yeah, that's exactly. Because this commentable, which is now the actual lecture, doesn't really have an author on it. How could it, right? So let me actually see about that. So course sections, lectures. Oh, Fefi, good day, man. How's life? So yeah, so basically here what we actually would need to pass, and that kind of sucks, is the author of this specific course, right? So this would be course author for now. So let me just double check that. So let's try to just plug in this and play it. There is a possibility we can work. So commentable author ID. Is there anything else we're using from this? No. It was Peter, right? It was Peter. I think we spoke. I fixed that thing for you, right? Or was it, what was the name? Yeah, Peter, yeah, exactly. Dobrodošao, brate. Commentable author ID. Okay, so great. Commentable author ID. Okay, commentable author ID. So let's try one thing, right? So, so let's spread this crap and let's say here author ID is gonna be course.course author.id. Let's try that. Have no idea if that's gonna work at all, but worth giving a shot, right? Why this stuff is doing what's... Okay, so almost. Commentable type. Yeah, so now, okay, great. So commentable type now is, so the issue, right, is that we need to run the migration, right? So let's ask our ChatGPT, right, to write us a migration, right? So let's go to ChatGPT, right? Let's go over here. I have just added an enum value lecture to commentable type. Please write a sequelize migration file to do that. And then in the meanwhile, while it's doing that, let's go to our API. And then actually it will do it for us anyway, so we'll just copy paste this crap, right? We just needed basically to add the enum. There's no easier. And just for now, so we can continue building the feature, right? What I can actually try doing, if I go to my database view here, right? No, I actually can't do much here. I mean, if I would use pgadmin and try to, yeah. Or we could just do this locally for ourselves, right? So what we can actually do, we can go and to execute a query over here, right? So let's go somewhere. Let's go to query, right? And let's say alter enum comments commentable type add, like, let's see if we can do this here. Let's actually, no, let's not do it like that. So let's go here to comments maybe. Let's close that down. So let's try that again. So let's try to do this. And I guess, yeah, how would we do that? Yeah, I don't actually know how to. Okay, all right, fuck it. So let's try this then. All right, so what I'm actually gonna do for now, just to save us some hustle here, I will, I'll do this, right? And now it should actually work already. Ah, shit, and now I have nuked my courses and stuff, most likely, yep. And that's okay, I guess, yeah. Create your first course, my first course. And then let me just so we don't nuke this again, let's revert that. So let's, yeah. Let me actually go to, yeah. Let me go to, what is it called, Egghead or somewhere, and just copy paste some stuff so we have it as dummy content. So let's name this course like this. Let's try to copy this description. Type free, duration, I don't know, 1. So we created that stuff. Let's add a section. Does he have any sections here? No. So let's just call it, I don't know. Let's also create a single section. Let's call it course content, whatever. Let's create, and then let's add a lecture, and let's just find some YouTube videos. I'm gonna go to my own channel and find some crap. Let's take this one. Yeah, there we go. Great. So let's just mimic that, and let's go to their stuff here. Do they have some content? Yeah, let's just copy paste the stuff. Who cares, right? So we do that, create. So now we have a single thing, right? And what did I want to do? Ah, yeah, test the comments. Okay, so let's go back to the actual now courses for the users. This is where users see the courses. So there's 0 reviews, enroll in a course. Did that actually work? I don't know. It did, I guess. Go to course. We end up here, right? And we wanted to test the comments. So let's see. Commentable type. What did I send? Okay, so it seems that the payload itself that we are sending isn't sufficient, right? That seems to be the problem, right? Because we're not actually sending the proper payload. Why is that? Let's get back there. Yeah, so something strange here, I guess. So here's the commentable type. Let's go over here. Where's the add comment? So here it is, right? Let's print this. Let's print all of this. So something's fishy here. Yeah. Try that again. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. So commentable author ID is undefined. So that means that, okay, well that's easy, right? So we know that, yeah, so the issue basically here is that this is an array, right? So that we can fix like that for now, patch it or whatever, right? So now we should kind of get at least the proper ID. Let's see. Yeah, okay, good. So let's see what's happening. Payload. So here we have v1 comments and then 1 lecture 1, okay? And then we have the content that we're sending, which is a string. That's fine. It's still complaining about commentable type though. Okay, so wait a minute. So commentable type. Do I have some validate? Okay, yeah, I think I know. Shit, my bad. All good, right? Because I'm pretty sure that we have a commentable type somewhere, which is defined as an enum in our JSON schema, right? Here it is, right? So this is the problem. We forgot to put it here, right? And why do I have it defined in so many different places? It's quite crazy, right? So let's say here, lecture, right? Okay, so now it should work, technically. So let's try that again. I do believe that it did work. Yeah, it does work. There we go. Okay, so good. So now we can actually add, now we also have comments on, yeah, so now we have comments actually on lectures as well. Super easy. Let's just see, what is this 500 we're getting? Invalid metadata must be of shape comment. So let's go to the API. Let's search for, what does it? Add comment maybe or something like that, right? Yeah. Valid metadata must be of shape comment. I actually have no idea what this means, to be honest with you. So I guess I'm not sure, are we actually using this? We might need to remove this, but let's extend this kind of magic that we have here, right? So let's add one of those guys again. I don't even remember what this actually does, to be very frank with you. and lecture. Because I don't think we have. Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm not quite sure actually. Invalid metadata must be of shape comment. Yeah. Yeah, so that's actually okay. That's fine, I guess. That's okay. Can I delete those things? Yeah. So the only issue basically I see is that that when we actually create it here, yeah. Give me 2 seconds. Where's my? Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, it's over here. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, okay. Invalid metadata must be of shape comment. Ah, okay, so maybe, right? So we have models article has many, so maybe we need to create this relation, right, as well, for this to actually be, right? Because what do we have here? So a models article has many comments, models comment belongs to many articles, models thought has many comments, right? And models thought. So yeah, I guess we need to add an extra kind of relation here and also allow lectures, right? So we basically need to do something like this, right? Yeah, and then we would have to say models course lecture as many comments, commentable ID, commentable type lecture, and then models comment belongs to models course lecture, commentable ID, something like that, I suppose, right? I think we're good. Jesus Christ, man, shut up. Yeah. So hard to type. Okay, so that's actually good. Okay, great. So we're gonna try that again. So now the course is gone, unfortunately. Yeah, I think we should maybe just generate some of those courses using Faker, right? Because yeah, it's not very efficient now making this stuff manually, right? But who cares? Okay, doesn't matter, right? Let's just do something quickly, right? We want to test stuff. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. We want to actually break it, it's fine. Beautiful. We can see that we need breaks and stuff, right? Using SQLite migrations. we're gonna generate migration files, and then it's gonna migrate stuff for us. Basically, if we go to migrations, this is how migrations look like in SQLite, right? You generate migration files, and then you run the migrations in production, right? So this is my migrations directory, and there's a table in Postgres that has metadata about which migrations have been ran, so they're not ran again, right? And you obviously keep those migrations in code, so you can track how your data changed over time, right? Okay, great. So let's go here. Let's go here. Let's enroll, and then we need to refresh. I think we still got 500. My pleasure, man. My pleasure. I don't know what this means. Invalid metadata must be of shape. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means at all. It's something notifications related. Okay, I should have written. So API notifications index. Let's go to notifications. Maybe I forgot to add something here. Yeah, thought reaction. Yeah, okay, I see. I forgot about this. Yeah, thought reaction, comment reaction. Yeah, so this is the issue, right? That's the issue. Okay, I see. My bad. Let's try that again. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we have comments suddenly on our lectures as well, and that's the beauty of building kind of reusable systems like a comment system, because you don't want to be building a comment system for each different feature. You want to be able to build those things to plug and play, right? Now, yeah, so we have those long lines and stuff, right? And obviously, yeah, we need to break those things, right? Because you can see if you write a single word and you say break words, then you're fucked, right? So you can't really use that, right? So if we go, let's go over here first and foremost, right? And where are we? So what is this? Yes. Let's see if those are gonna cascade. Let's say break all. Sorry, that's a completely wrong place. Yeah. Can I say break all? No. Okay. I don't actually know what this utility does break before and stuff. Break. That's certainly not gonna do. So what do we actually have to do? No, I don't need break words. No, absolutely not. No. This is a single word. You cannot break a single word, right? So that's the whole point, right? So we probably need either max width or something, right, to solve this. Break, keep. What is break, keep? I don't know. So we most likely need a max width here, right? Let's just say for now 200, right? And are we at the right place right now? Course sections. No, we are not. No, I'm updating the wrong crap, right? Sorry, my bad. Yes, this is where we actually have to be, right? So let's try that here, break words, right? But yeah, that's a single word, so that's not gonna do. No, this is a section. What the fuck am I even doing, man? Jesus Christ, dude. So this is a section. This is the section title, right? Yeah. Well, I know what it does, right? But it's not gonna work here, right? It doesn't work here, clearly. We have break words, right? And it doesn't work. At least I think it doesn't work, right? Maybe I'm blind or something, right? Let's see. Maybe I'm Yeah, you know what? I think you're probably right. Changing the wrong crap. Completely wrong thing, right? Let's try that here, right? Let's see. Now, so here we have it. Let's see. So yeah, break words won't do, right? Because it is a single word, so it cannot break multiple. So break words would make sense if this was more than a single word, right? Let me just try something. Dev points are amazing. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't work. I don't get it. Okay, well now it does, right? With break all, I guess, right? And max width. Let's see. So break all works. Carol, my friend, good day. Yeah, and break words obviously not gonna work because again, it's a single word, right? Break words, I guess, break multiple words into, like, it's gonna take the word and push it to the new line, right? That's how it is. Okay, so if we go courses, right? Yeah, we need to do the same crap here, right? So if we go to views, courses, and we go over here. We don't actually care much about this, to be very frank with you, yet. I just want to make sure that UI is not distracting me. We're not yet at the phase. We're going to do the design and stuff at the end of this journey when the whole feature fully works. So for now, we're not really obsessed by how things look like at all. In fact, at this moment, we don't really care. We will whatsoever care soon when... yeah, when we get there, right? Right now, we don't want to be distracted with silly things like CSS right now. So we're going to do that when it's time. What did I want to do? Yeah, so I guess this, and then we'll review that and stuff. We just don't want to be things to be broken. That's pretty much all, right? Give me 1 second. My son is calling me, 1 moment. Guess he wants me to put him to bed, but not happening now. Okay, so that's fine. Now, one thing that actually came to me, we will have some course verification process, right? Just so we don't end up people writing random shit and then people go to those courses and they realize how useless they are. So we will have to have some verification, right? Which means that I or Kirill or someone else is gonna have to review the course before it's actually published. So, so what I'm just gonna do for now is I'm gonna create another property here, and it's gonna call it is verified. Allow null default value false. Yeah. So we're gonna have to implement the logic here that the admin for now, whatever, can, that's I think also if you go to Udemy and publish the course there and stuff, somebody has to verify it, because again, we don't want to create a place where, you know, go to courses and you have some random crap there wasting your time, right? So fuck is happening, man? Ah, I see what's happening. Okay. I see what's happening. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, Kirill. What do you mean check? Like, did you do some PR, or you mean should we take a look at the plugin this stream or something? Is that what you meant? Okay, sorry, just talked to my kid. Yep, there's a PR. Ah, there's a PR. Absolutely, man. Let's review that right away. That's amazing, man. Thank you. Okay, let's see what you did. Deprecates the route exclude API which used schema response to disableation. Add support for schema disabled response body params API which replaces and deprecates the old route excludes due to recent Fastify changes. The old specification would produce errors and warnings. Changes errors and warnings to include Fastify and for schema tag. Nice. Add tests. Wow. Okay. Updates readme, upgrades dependencies, bumps version. Nice, man. Amazing. I mean, if you've tested this and if it works, then great. Let me just request myself as a reviewer. Let's do this. Let's just quickly skim through stuff. Nice, man. I like this, actually. Really good. Nice. I see. I see. I mean, I trust you, man. If you say that this works, then it works. Yeah. I can see a lot of tests and stuff, and great, amazing. Let's get it in. Let me actually. So let's merge this, right? Let's merge this stuff. Let me publish it to npm. So let's go cd. What was this called? Enforce. Do I have that enforce schema here? I think I should have it here. Yeah. cd fastify enforce schema git pull npm publish. Yeah, should be published on npm now. Give me 1 second. Yeah, published a few seconds ago. Amazing, man. Let's try it. So we'll need obviously to adjust it a bit. So let's go to the project now and let's use it. Then we can also upgrade Fastify. So thank you very much for fixing this, Kirill, right? It's very important that we get this down because now we can upgrade Fastify, right? Sure. So feel free, Kirill, now to go ahead and feel free to go ahead now and do. Well, I actually have to install it. Please go and prepare the Fastify. Just do a single PR where we upgrade Fastify. So just amazing enforce. So is it 0.1.10 or was it? How was it? 0.0. Yeah, good. Great. Okay. So it's gonna be 0.0.1. Let's get over here. Let's PMI. And if you have a second now, feel free to prepare a Fastify PR, right? So just bump the Fastify to latest version. Then we can get that get that in right away. Okay, let's see. Beautiful. Okay, let's search body false. So what should I do with all of those body false? You're saying instead of body false, what should I use? I should say schema.disabled, right? So, okay, disabled. So you're saying something like this, basically, right? This. Something like this, right? Beautiful. I like that a lot. Okay, let's try. Okay. So that's it, I think. It works. Yeah, ignore this. This is some connection pool issue. It just doesn't terminate some of the stuff fast enough. Let me see. Great. Amazing, man. All right, let's bump that. If you want to do, I mean, you don't have to do a PR. I can do that right away, right? Let's go Fastify. What's the latest? 17. I think Fastify had like great. Okay. I think it's 14.17.0. Yep. Yeah. And let me actually, just while we're doing that, let's see. So what has changed, just so we know. But so we're on 12, right? So let's go here, just so we, because I think they've done some interesting stuff and some less relevant stuff. So let's just check their releases, right? So so let's go over here to the releases, right? And let's see. So we are in 14.12, right? So this is where we are. So let's see what they've done. Docs. We don't care about docs. I see. Yeah, I think I've seen that when I was exploring before. I just want to see in general what are we gonna get by upgrading now. I mean, there isn't honestly much value, but anyway, I mean, of course we can upgrade. There's no question about that, right? It just doesn't seem anything major, anything faster or whatever, right? Yeah, and this is what broke it, right? This is, I think, one of the reasons why the extension you and I wrote broke, because of this, right? Exactly. Because when I tried upgrading Fastify, right, this is what broke it initially, right? Okay, great. All right, perfect. So let's get this in. I'm gonna merge it, and our CI is gonna actually deploy it to production already. So that's great. Let's actually go to actions here. Thank you. Great. And let me just read the rest of the releases. Is there something actually that's important? Okay, this seems pretty close. So build the export Fastify logger, implements for passing custom text resolutions. They bumped some dependencies, some documentation, async hook signature on route level. Okay, I'm interested into this. What is this doing? What is this doing? Ah, okay, so that's some internal stuff we don't care about. Yeah, and then this is where they patched it, right? Like I said, all of my... Yeah, I merged the plugin updates and I deployed it to npm. Unfortunately, those ads that you're seeing have no benefit to me. I've disabled all ads, so unfortunately, I can't do anything about it. Like I showed a few minutes ago. Like I showed a few minutes ago, all of my ads are disabled on my end. Every single thing that can be disabled. Actually, that is pretty shitty, man. This platform is so greedy and so bad, man. It's really sad, actually. It's quite sad when you think about it, because Because, dude, like, you know, if I had the ads on, right, I would be... I mean, look, if I wanted to have ads on, which is also fine, right? I would just tell you, look, man, I have ads on and stuff, right? Because it's fine. I mean, people who put in the effort here, streaming for 2-3 days, you know, every day, you know, they at the very least deserve to make few bucks, right? Let's not be ungrateful, right? Whatsoever, I don't want ads, right? You can see ads are disabled. Ad-free viewing is enabled. It says though allow subscribers to watch your content for free, right? But what can I do, man, right? Like, what can I do? I cannot make it for everybody, right? So this is, ads are disabled. Everything's disabled, right? So there's nothing else that I can disable, right? So what can I do, right? I can't do anything, right? The only thing you can do is subscribe if you want to. If you're annoyed by ads, subscribe. Otherwise, I can't do anything. I'm sorry, right? If you subscribe, you're not gonna see ads. Wait, if I disable this, I don't understand this. This is completely confusing, right? So if I uncheck this now, does this mean that even subscribers are gonna have to watch ads, or that nobody is gonna be watching ads? That I'm confused with. I guess no. So if I disable this, then even subscribers would have to watch ads, right? So this cannot help you, right? Yeah, exactly. So this would make it even worse then. Because right now, at least if you're subscribed, you can't see them, right? So if I disable this, then it makes it even worse. Okay, I see. Well, you know, this platform sucks ass, and what can you do, right? I can't do anything, I'm sorry. I did push stuff and I deployed it. Wait a minute. I think you forgot to commit the changes to the API. I don't see the version bump. Exactly. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm a bit confused. Kirill. Things are definitely pushed, and I've just pulled them myself. So I'm not quite sure what you mean. Okay, great. So is our stuff still working locally? It is, great. Okay. Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, you mean did I? Yeah. I fully get you. Yeah, I know what you mean. No, I didn't push that. No, let me do that right away. No, I didn't push that. Sorry, you're absolutely right. I wasn't sure what we were talking about. Was it about the Fastify or something else, right? So, I see. So let's push that right away, right? Yeah, actually, so our API probably went down now without this change. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we would actually go to production now that it would be down, I think. No, it's not down. Okay, let's see. It's still up. Okay, great. Well, sure. What did I want to do? So did we push it? Did I push it? Yeah. Let's see. Pull request. Well, I just pushed it, I think. Yeah. So let's wait. They're just okay, good. Great. And let me just check one thing in Grafana, right? Did you try to access Grafana, by the way, Kirill? Did you see if Cloudflare is allowing you now to get through? Oh shit, I didn't push that, did I? I think yeah, shit, okay, I didn't. Sure. Okay, great. Give me a second. We're gonna push this as a separate thing. Give me a second here. All right, great. So that's cool. Okay, so let's do that. What about response false? Okay, I'll take a look later. Response false. What about response false, Spectra? What about those? Is it also disabled response? Ah, those are fine. Okay, sure. Great. Okay, thanks. I see. Great. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Thank you. Let me just commit all of this stuff slowly because I might have other changes that I don't want to push now. Okay, great. Let's keep on going. Disabled. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, good. Great, perfect, amazing. Let's get this to production instantly. Yes, nice. Great. Marv, oh my god, look who is here. Good day, my man. How's life? Okay, that's good. Update body false to disabled body. Let's get it out there. And let's push it. And yeah, where's our stuff? Where's our CI? Where's our actions here? All right, perfect, beautiful, great, amazing, perfect, beautiful, cool. Resubbed. I wanted to do something with those. I was reading a little bit about Twitch because I still don't know those. I don't care about those emojis and this childish bullshit, right? So I need to add apparently with those points, with that crap that you can use some emojis or something, right? I just find it ridiculous that people would care about that. But you know, if people are participating here every day, maybe they would appreciate that sort of stuff. I don't actually know, right? Let's just try to, yeah. There's one of the emojis. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. 100%. 100%. Okay, so let's close a bunch of this fucking crap, man. It's annoying me. Actually, I did. Sure, I actually did. Not even that. So I actually think I already did that in the API, right? So yes. The thing is, so first and foremost, I think one thing that I saw, right? So this is actually one of the things I wanted to talk in my next video, right? So one thing that so the thing is, when you're building a platform like this, right? You have to kind of, when you're building platform like any platform, really, you make some assumptions, right? You can, for example, see if we go through this list, right? Most people were fine to put in their name and to write some description. Most people, right? If we look at here, right? Whatsoever, if we keep scrolling to all people who signed up, right? You can see that this guy here, he copy pasted some lorem ipsum stuff, right? Then if we keep on going, right? You can see that there's gonna be people who who don't want to put crap here, right? I get that, right? Like this guy, right? But I somehow doubt that this guy is ever gonna come back to this platform again, right? So it's a very hard question, right? Because I definitely hear you, right? But if I scroll through this stuff, you see this guy as well, right? But if I scroll to this stuff, you can kind of assume that most people are actually fine to put in the actual stuff, right? I think our API is deploying. Let's give it a second, right? Yeah, but what can you do, right? I mean, the thing is, right, you can do this anywhere, right? I think our API went down. Let's see. Okay, we're good. So right, right, how do you solve this, right? I mean, yeah, same, but that's the thing. It's a very good question, right? But it's like, how do you solve this? How do you make a decision based on this, right? Do some people put some shit? Are some people, you know, just bots? Sure. Are some people trolls? Yes, you know. But do you then make UX predictions and assumptions, you know, based on them or based on the real people, right? Yeah, right. But the thing is, right? Very good question, right? It's a good discussion. It's just like, how do you go around it, right? Do I now say, well, because of some, do you get what I mean, right? But I think, sure, right? Sure, I think I don't neglect that, right? I fully get you, right? But I think this is not about that. I think this is more about philosophical approach of what I want this platform to be, right? I don't want this platform to be another Twitter, right? I mean, I can't wait to be banning people permanently, right? For any stupid, idiotic, racist behavior that there could be, I'm gonna just delete their accounts automatically. They're not gonna appeal, there's not gonna be democracy or any bullshit like that. If I ever see some stupidity around, I'll just remove them instantly, in 2 seconds, right? So I want this platform to be where developers can come and just be normal people, right? Talk about code and leave and then be racist somewhere else or something like that, right? So in a way, but yeah, I get you, right? No, I'm not gonna tolerate any bullshit, man. No appeals, no crap, no complaints. I'm just gonna remove you instantly. And then you can go elsewhere and you can go on Twitter. If you wanna insult people and be an idiot, there's plenty of platforms for that, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is this. My wish or desire for this platform would be that people are willing to put in their names and that they don't feel uncomfortable, because generally when you go to Twitter and most of those platforms, that is the problem. I'm 100% sure that if people would be putting their actual names behind things, that they wouldn't be behaving like morons, right? Because it's easy to be an internet warrior behind a fake profile, right? I doubt that you would be behaving like an idiot if somebody could see who you are and stuff like that. Anyway, still, I think that I'm also in doubt, right? Let me just write that down. I don't know. And let me also write this down as well, and then I have to think about it. Make first name, last name, and about optional. Because I was thinking about this a lot as well, so don't... Okay, so let's just have it. Let me have it there for a couple of days, sure. I need to think about it a little bit more, right? But I can see, yes, I can see that some people definitely don't want to put their names on, and I get that, right? I don't actually know, right? Well, yeah. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe it isn't. I don't actually know, right? Maybe it's a good idea. Maybe it isn't. I have no idea, right? Okay, cool. So let's go and do some work. Yeah, actually, Carol, thank you very much, because I think you implemented that anyway, so you know kind of better than me how that is done. So that would be perfect. Awesome. Great. Okay, let's add some courses link here in the top menu, because I keep clicking. Right now there isn't a link anywhere. So let's go to navbar or whatever I called it when I build this crap. And where would we put that thing? You wouldn't want me for president, man. Definitely not. Definitely not, man. Alright, so yeah, that's actually hilarious, but let's put it there. It doesn't really matter, right? So let's say here, for now, right? There's a lot of stuff we want we'll need to do, right? But let's just say here courses, right? And then this is gonna be some sort of a nav link. In fact, we don't even need this, right? Let's just say here to Beers would actually, I'm going to Beers maybe in an hour from now with my wife, so it's gonna be an interesting evening. 2 or 3 double IPAs, I'm gonna be dead probably. It's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Okay, a flex gap for a flex wrap. Let me just double check one thing. This looks completely off. Where is this wrapper? Okay, so why is this? Where the hell is this though? Course card. Okay, well, that was an awkward decision, was it? Wasn't it? Cover, cursor, flex, yeah. All right, let's just add some stuff, right? So it seems, yeah, I might have underestimated just slightly this feature from a perspective of, yeah, there is a... I have no doubts to believe that, Chica. I 100% believe you. That's how I imagine you. Jesus Christ, okay. What a great course. Would you guys buy this course? DS, I think 100%. Okay, okay, great. So now, just so we can kind of have some sort of a easier way to click around while we build this. And obviously, yeah, here, so yeah, here we have to save courses.length is greater than 0, then do this. Otherwise, just for now, just say whatever. Yeah, whatever, right? Just a bunch of placeholders, right? Okay, cool. So yeah, all right, great. So so let's keep on going a bit. Courses, so course details, course landing page. Yeah, let's go over here. Something got messed up here. So when we click on enrolled stuff, so let's see what's happening here. So set is enrolled, yeah. So get course, we get that in course, yeah, enroll course, okay, yeah. So that's the problem, right? Nem, good day. Let me just read the question. I'm a C# programmer that used JavaScript and PHP in the past, made some simple webs. I want to create an app. I mean, if you're using C#, wouldn't you just use AngularJS almost by default, right? So something like that. Blazor as well, right? So if you could be a bit more specific with your question, I would be very happy to give you the more accurate answer, right? Because but as far as I know, right, you would generally yeah, I know that when I wrote C#, Angular was almost a go-to, right? Right? I don't actually know. Jesus Christ, what the hell did I do? That's definitely not what I wanted. Certainly not what I wanted. Okay, let's try that again. So that I want to remain there. This stuff I want to move down. Okay, fair enough. So div, put that here. Class name empty 16. I mean, again, you have to, as I always say, and please trust this when I say it. If you do YouTube or any of this shit like this useless Twitch full time, you just must talk crap all the time, right? Like my stream, I've been streaming for 6-7 months, and there's a reason why only 50 of you are watching me, right? It's because I don't have tendencies to come here and talk crap for 3 hours, right? I come here, I code, and I mind my own business. I don't come with those threatening statements about how our jobs are lost and the world is coming to the end, and I'm not dancing in front of the camera, right? And that's what people want. I mean, people are little bitches in general. Like, people like to bitch about everything, complain about things. People feed on this stuff, right? It's like one day in your life cannot pass without this bullshit about being replaced, this language being shitty, this video game being horrible, right? It's right. That's how people operate today. Like when you look at this Vim guy, 80% of his stream he's reading Twitter comments and talking crap, right? And he has 2,000 people watching him, right? So it's you know, this sort of business, right, is about talking crap. If I was talking shit all the time, I would be having 1,000 people now watching me, not 40. But I'm not gonna talk that crap. Thank you very much, Shay, for the nice comments, man, right? Exactly. I mean, if you look at the 80% of streams today, they're reacting to someone, right? It's like they're watching someone else doing some work and then they're bitching about it or sharing their opinion, right? If that's interesting to watch, great. More power to those people, right? But in general, you know, as I always say, the best advice I can give you is, and I follow that advice. Be proactive, not reactive. If you can't make things better, don't complain about them. If you can make them better, make them better. But crying about things, shitting on things, etc., etc. My son is 4 years old and he does that sometimes. But when I see a guy who's 30 years old just shitting on stuff every day non-stop, it's like, dude, grow up, please. Like, just grow up a bit. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, man. Like, exactly, Leo. Exactly, 100%. That's what this is entertainment. People are not here to learn to code. They're here to get entertained because they're bored, right? They're bored and they want to bitch about things, and I get that, right? That's how it is. That's how it is. People like that sort of stuff, and, you know, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the Prime, man. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, man. Thank you for supporting the project. Marianne, good day, man. How's life? Wait a minute. Okay, sorry. PX empty. Okay, so let's kind of maybe slam this fella over. Yes, wait a minute. So we have this thing. Yes. And thank you everybody for your follows and stuff. Yeah, I mean, dude, like, it's just, I come here to have fun, right? I come here to be who I am. I'm never gonna be acting in certain way to gain something, right? So in a way, maybe that's why some people also like my point of view, because I come here and I am like this at work, I'm like this in life, right? I have no tendency to you know, and it is honest, honestly. I mean, I wouldn't ever share something with you that I don't wish for myself, right? I mean, I think that all of the stuff that I repeat here, almost every stream, for some people maybe it became a bit repetitive, those who've been watching here for a while. I get that, right? But it is true, right? And I think if you can't make people better, if you can't influence them in a good way, at the very least, don't influence them in a bad way, right? And that's what I try to do, right? Sorry, I had to go to, I want to learn about frameworks and to do this personal project, just about user data. Nem, right, again, as I always say, nobody really cares, man. So I recently recorded a video on YouTube about side projects, right? And you have to ask yourself, you have to just, I'll be quick, you have to answer one fundamental question. Are you doing side projects because of technology or because of the project? Because if you want to build products, then which stack you're using is irrelevant. You can use C#, Java, JavaScript, Pascal, you know, Haskell, or right. So which technology? So depending what your interest is, if you want to merely do a project to learn new technology, then use any technology that you want to learn. But if you want to build a product, try to build a company, then obviously use the stack that you know best. So if you want to build, so ask yourself, hey, why do I want to do a side project? Is it that I want to learn new things, or is it that I want to build a product, right? So once you answer this question, then you have your answers, right? Like what is it that you want to do, right? Right. Good evening, Alex. So right, a lot of developers, they start something without a clear understanding why did you start something. So you know, you buy a domain name, it's like, I'm gonna build this app, which framework should I use? Well, you should obviously, if you're starting something for this, let's imagine this, right? I think us developers are probably the closest in the world to build something as a passive income. So for example, I have a full-time job for 15 years now, but clearly I would be very happy if I can build programmer network to make some money, right? Why not? So that would be a passive income. But you have to kind of answer those questions for yourself. Do I want to build a product that eventually can make money, or do I want to just do something for fun, learn something? That's also fine, right? I'm not using a Prism. I'm using a SQLized.js. So right, so this is kind of, you have to be mature in that way, right? Once you answer those questions, like why is it that I want to build something, then you're gonna know the actual answer. So if you want to build products and try to build a startup and try to get funding and become rich, then use literally any technology you know best, right? So if you know C# best, clearly use that, right? Okay, fair enough. In that case, the answer is very simple. Okay, so, well, now you would have to ask another question. Do you wanna, you know, Next.js for everything you want to build? Yeah, to an extent, I would agree with man, right? Yeah, yeah. There's truth to that, right? You could use Next.js, you could even use WordPress if you know some PHP, right? It doesn't really matter, it's the same crap at the end of the day, right? So again, you have to, so if you want to learn new technology, maybe change your stack to do something else, then the response to that question would be, okay, pick a stack that you would want. For example, many people are leaving C#, many backend developers is like, okay, I would like to work as a Go developer. So they learn some Go, right? So figure out what you want, right? If you want to do web development, you know, in more webby way, then React JS, Vue.js, Angular, and all of this crap, right? Yeah, that's how it is, right? I think that's the best advice you'll get, right? That's the best advice I can give you, at least myself. All right, so let me just do one thing before we... Thank you, everybody, for your follow, seriously, and sorry for not being able to pronounce your names. It's incredibly difficult to do that with you know... And I thought that we kind of fixed this crap. Like, it's so strange. Wait a minute. Let's go to dashboard and, you know, course... What is it? Views, dashboard, courses, or something like that. Yeah, right? And then what did we have? We had, like... Yeah, exactly, right. Then we had a course here. Then we add like break lines, some of those useless CSS classes. Didn't we do that already somewhere? Where is this stuff? Over here, right? Yeah. Dude, I swear to God that we did that. Like, did I mess up some... Jesus, man. I'm almost certain we did that. Wow, okay. So super strange, so super strange. Let's see that. Jesus, man, that's I was almost certain we did that. I don't get it. Yeah, okay, very, very strange. Well, that's what it is. That's how it is sometimes, right? Okay, let's do that as well. It's just busy, fair enough. Hi there, busy. Do you have a bind to open the file explorer in VS Code? No, not really, no, because I don't do that often, right? I don't really open the file explorer almost ever, right? But generally, if I have to, right, I would just right click and reveal an explorer, right? But again, I don't have that in my workflow, right? I generally don't do that operation, right? Okay, great. Okay, what did I want to do? Yeah, so let's go to Egghead again somewhere, just to grab some more realistic titles, because it's confusing me, just so we can have... So let's kind of get here, let's do that, let's copy paste some description. Let's do this crap here, like this, right? Update that. Did we update? I guess we did, yeah. And let's just copy paste a few of those things, just so we can kind of... How do I go? I guess I click this, right? Yeah. So let's copy this. No, that's... Let's try this. And then let's grab that. And let's grab this text, I guess, just for fun. Just so we have it a bit nicer. And then if we go back to the actual courses view, right? So we can see it a bit nicer here. And then we go to the course. Then we see that, yeah. Exactly. I'm studying React. My fear is decomposition when I need to decide which part of the code to put in a separate file. Okay, it's a good question, right? Let's discuss it for 2 seconds, right? So okay, let me just grab this chat so we can all see it, right? So give me 1 second. I like the question. So let's try answering it about chat. So okay, so this is the question. It's a good question actually, because it relates to so many other things in programming. That's why I say it's good. So why is this question good? Because this question is good is because a lot of people think about moving things around, optimizing things ahead of time without really hitting the bottleneck of something becoming a problem. So for example, whenever you ask yourself, hey, my fear is decomposition, I need to decide which parts of code to put in a separate file. you should exactly. So you should be doing this. And I know. Let me tell you one thing. Keep in mind. I have to say that this with a grain of salt. I've been programming for almost 20 years, right? Professionally since 2008. So when I say you have to get a feeling about this, is a little bit bullshit statement, because of course I got a feeling. I've been sitting in a chair past 15 years. So of course that you learn, you get this really like. So I know that it's a silly thing, but the thing is, the best way to learn this sort of stuff is to try to get yourself, give me a second just to get yourself to a point where you get in a file and you say, right, oh my god, like this file is so it's very hard to manage. This whole module, this whole file became so hard to manage. So try to get yourself to the point of solving the problem when it's there, right? Because it seems to me that you didn't really get to the point of that becoming a problem, right? So the whole point of composition of any kind. So when we talk about composition, right, we're talking about programming in general. The whole programming, no matter what we talk about, components, backends, APIs, microservices, literally the most important thing in programming is composition of any kind. How do I compose my microservices so it's not just another distributed monolith, right? How do I compose my controllers, my routes, my this, right? So everything really is about composition, not just components, right? But it's perfectly fine to start like this, right? And then take that, right? So then take this big chunk of things, right? Let me actually do it like this. Let me just take it. So it's perfectly fine to have this big thing here, this inner box, and then break it down into smaller boxes, right? Right? But it's way easier, right, to do this like this than, you know, so it's way actually smarter and better to start here and then be reasonable about this and then say, okay, well, this green thing now is too big. Let's see if there's any patterns. Many people, especially many students who also studied object-oriented programming in universities, right? They are known for generalization, overly generalizing everything, right? When you come out of university, and most of those shitty universities, they teach you object-oriented programming, which I would personally ban out of existence. I would forbid that pattern to exist, but that's a different subject. It causes people to try to write code that's too clever. It's trying to wrap your mind around this pattern that's incredibly difficult for one brain to manage. You're now thinking, okay, so I have this general class, I have this functionality over there, which is just tiny bit different, you know, so let's just smack a bit of that tiny functionality in, no worries, you know, majority of the things are still the same. That's literally horrible way to write code. So it same goes with this, right? You're asking a question because you're trying to optimize something that you don't know even what it is. You cannot see patterns in this green thing until this green thing exists, right? Because you can only know when this green thing should become a set of things when you build a feature like this again. So you build something like this again, so your PM comes to you and says, hey, we need one more of those green boxes, right? And you say, okay, great. And then you ask yourself, but is this green box exactly the same like the other green box that I made? Well, you know, it is, but it is the same, right? But in this green box, there's this thing different here. And then, you know, there's this thing different here, right? And then there's just a little thing that's different here. But everything else is the same, right? Okay, then you ask yourself, okay, so could I turn this green in a component, and would those props make sense? So imagine now that you say, okay, well, now I have some idea, right? Because now I have duplicated this green thing 3 times, and those two things differ only in this, right? Now you can say, okay, should I generalize this? Well, should you, right, is the question. Because now you can say, okay, this green thing now should take 3 props, right? You can say this thing now should take foo1, foo2, and foo3 props, right? And you're like, okay, great. Now, you know, now I'm no longer, you know, copy pasting so much stuff because those 2 boxes really only differ in those 3 things. And then you say, a week later, your PM comes to you and says, hey, well, we need foo 4 and foo 5 and foo 6, right? So now, so you see where I'm getting with this. So now you're trying to make something generic, and it's getting out of hand, right? At this point in time, it's way better to have those two things copy pasted, right? Sure, they're slightly the same, but they're not the same, right? They're different, right? They're different enough that they're not the same, right? You cannot say that those things are the same because this box now here has 15 different of those things, right? So this box now has potentially this here, and then this here, and then this here, right? Yeah, Alex, but there's still a lot of green in both of them. Well, I mean, shut up, right? It's not really, right? So that being said, all of that being said is like, you start with the green, and then eventually in time, if you need something similar to this, you duplicate the green. And if it stays the same like this, so you have 3 of those greens, right? Well, of course, you're not gonna copy paste this code 3 times, right? Right? So this is great now. So this is a component. Now you can say, well, those 3 things are the same, so let me make that a single component, right? Everything that's... No, not really. Actually, absolutely not. Absolutely not true. 100% not true. And let me tell you why what man said is not true. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you about that. What he is saying is like, hey, everything more than 10 lines is a component. So he's saying that I should turn this into a component. I should turn maybe this into a component, right? No, absolutely not. I disagree with that. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not saying I'm right or you're wrong. I'm just saying I disagree with that. Because not everything is a component. Because you then end up with 500 components which are used once. Yeah, okay, good. We are on the same page. Okay, good. I'm just saying, exactly. So in a way, anything that's reusable, that makes sense. Yeah, exactly, 100%. So I hope that, yeah, this was a bit too long, but I see this a lot on my work. Even at my work where I see people try to generalize way too much. People try to make their code clever. People try to make their components clever, right? Let me show you one thing that says on my LinkedIn, right? Let me send you one quote from my LinkedIn. It's my favorite quote, but Bjorn, by the creator of C++. This is a quote from Clean Code book. It's one of my favorite quotes from Clean Code. Let me show you. How do I see my own about profile? Wait. So this is one of my favorite quotes, right? This is kind of on my LinkedIn, right? And this is from Clean Book, right? And which part I like the most is this. So it says the dependencies and performance close to optimal so as not to tempt people to make the code messy with unprincipled optimizations, right? So of course this doesn't really apply necessarily to those green boxes we drew because this is not optimization, but it does apply in a sense that you don't try to be too clever. Code is not a game, right? The code is not something that you have to compete with. I feel sometimes that people are like, you know, I wrote this one-liner. It's perfect, right? It's so good because it's in one line, right? This code is so perfect simply because it's in one line. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, it literally has no... So it's the same here, man. Try to write code that makes sense and that it's easy to maintain. Those 3 boxes sometimes will be, if there's slight differences between them. And this is obviously situational. But sometimes having those 3 boxes to be 3 different things is going to give you peace of mind. Because in time, you're going to start dealing with... You're going to be fighting your generalization. You're going to be fighting your component because now your component knows way too much. You have kind of went way beyond component composition because now your component knows too many things, right? So code is not a competition. It's not about being clever, right? It's about building something that makes sense. Hence, another one, this is also from Clean Code book, right? It says, programs must be written for people to read, and only incidentally for machines to execute. Super true, right? Your machine, JavaScript, V8, it doesn't give a crap about this being one-liner here or 15-liner, right? It has zero impact, right? How much impact does this have on a person reading this code is a way different discussion, right? There goes that. And let me actually click on, I think that this Kirill has done something. Let me just open it up. Exactly. Beautiful. Let's get this in immediately. I think you can read it. You don't have to have any some majestic experience. I think Obi, right? When it comes to those programming books, right? A lot of them are common sense, right? A lot of them really talk very similar stuff, because the thing is, when you read something, when you read this thing that I just wrote there, like programs must be written for people to read and only incidentally for machines to execute. If you kind of put a little bit of thought into programming, but besides thinking about the code, right? But thinking about the craft in general, right? You realize that, for example, let me put it this way, right? When you listen to someone talk, right? When you listen to some intellectual, right? You have some people who can talk really well. They can use all of those complex words, but nobody can actually understand what they mean. Like you see, when you listen to those philosophers on YouTube, like Jordan Peterson and this Slovenian guy, Jordan Peterson, right? They talk incredibly articulated, but nobody has a fucking clue what they're saying, right? It's like, yeah, I mean, that all sounds super great, but I have no idea what it means. So you can apply the same thing on the code, right? Your code can be super clever and you can use some clever ways to do something, but if your colleague or somebody who's gonna come to that code a week later doesn't understand that, right? Then you failed, right? You failed miserably. So it's the same with communication. If I sit here now, imagine that, when I worked at Thinkful, when I worked at this bootcamp, right? I was very high, one of the highest rated mentors there, simply because I was capable to take my students and explain things in a very primitive words. I wasn't sitting there and talking about, right? I don't know either, man. I don't know. I guess you have a great life and you ended up here. So yeah, so that's how it is, right? Is this deployed? Yeah, deployed, great. Let's see. I think your life is so great, man, and you're here. That's why you're here. Pretty much. That's why you're here, bro. That's why you're here. All right, great. Your bug is fixed. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kirill. Okay. So what would be the next thing? So we've added this crap here, right? What the fuck just happened? He's probably some 11 years old. His parents let him on the internet. It's like you have 20 minutes of internet available now. 100%. Pretty much. When you meet Alex, your life changes drastically. Where was it? Didn't we have like thought or some crap somewhere on here? Thank you everybody for your follows, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Schemas, was it here? Yeah, exactly. Article thought. What was the other one? Lecture, right? Yeah. I mean, my backend is structurally written as in an MVC way, right? I mean, the thing is, when it comes to architecture, right? The architecture in the modern world of development is dictated a lot by the tooling that you're using, right? So a lot of people came to this stream many times and asked, you know, are you using this pattern? Are you using a factory pattern? Are you using modules? And of course you are, right? But you're not using that in a sense where you're like sitting and you're thinking yourself, okay, now I'm gonna use a singleton, right? That's where those frameworks jump in. They kind of put you inside of this bubble, right? So yes, my code is structured in an MVC way, right? But a lot of stuff that I do is guided by the technology itself. So if you're using like Go or Nest.js or anything, really, you are in a way guided by the ecosystem itself, right? So it's not that you're like, okay, I'm writing Fastify JS, I'm gonna write it in this way. Well, you will not, right? That's the whole point of using an abstraction of some sort, right? That's the whole point, right? Ah, shit, we need to run that force thing, yeah. Yeah, I assume you're talking about clear architecture and stuff, and I mean, in a way, you can. It doesn't really matter, right? If it works for you guys as a team, that's great, right? I'm using simple MVC structure because my philosophy of APIs is that they're incredibly simple, right? So that's pretty much. But as long as there is some architecture, I agree with that. Then yeah, you're using basically something like Onion, like clean architecture and stuff, and that's great. If it works for you guys, it adds a bit of abstraction, right? And if you need that, then that's great. It's good for you, right? If you need that sort of stuff, then it's great, right? If it's beneficial and if it makes you more productive, then it's great. If you can, or if your tech lead can answer the question why you're doing that, and if it's beneficial, then that's all that matters, right? So if I can go to your tech lead and say, okay, what is that you gain relative to this, and he can't answer the question, well, then I guess that's not good, right? So it's all about value, right? It's all about value. This course teaches you a single thing. It's all about, wait for it, value. Great. Create section. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's just stream is a different beast, right? In the stream, you just have to be quick or be dead. So it's kind of, yeah. Yeah, my brain is lagging, right? Shit, I said right again. Jesus Christ. Guys, I have to, basically, I think I'll have to run. My wife is kind of calling me. We need to go out, have some beers. I'll stream tomorrow. I'll stream tomorrow a bit earlier as well. For probably tomorrow, we're gonna do like 4 or 5 hour stream. So if you guys are around, please come by. Fair enough, RDR. Fair enough, right? Well, okay, but give me 1 second before you guys leave. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds before you leave. Don't leave yet. Just 1 moment. Background removal. Yeah. So yeah. So if you guys haven't signed up on Programmer Network, please do. That's the only thing I care about. I don't expect you to subscribe or any of that and spend all of your money. But if you have 2 seconds, I will please you to sign up. I think if you're gonna be coming back here, I stream pretty much almost every night. If you find this stream valuable, I can just please you as a co-patriot of coding. Please do that. You don't have to post anything on the platform, but you know, go and you know, book your slug. You know, you never know. Maybe this platform becomes something in the future. So I would highly appreciate if you can sign up and stick around. You know, pay attention here and there. Your feedback is highly valuable. So that's the only thing I can ask from you. And yeah, if you like the stream, please join every night. I'm gonna be here together with Kirill. Join our Discord if you wish. If you don't, right? It's up to you. And yeah, thank you very much for being here as always. Everybody, Leo, Man, Kirill, and all of you guys. Hard to memorize everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves, and thank you very much, Leo. I might send a picture from the pub. Kirill, love you, man. Thank you for all of your help, and thank you for being here. Peace out, guys. Have a great one, and